This is about to change reality as we know it. A UAP whistleblower recalls certain things happening within their lifetime. Are there aliens? Are there identified objects that people in the government are trying to hide? And guys, for whatever reason, there are some unidentified black boxes floating in the sky. What does this all mean? And does the Bible have answers for this all? Does this have ties to the Nephilim, or is it something far sinister? So let's dive right into it, guys. This is also shocking. And make sure to watch to the end because I have a Bible verse that tie all of this together. Let's go.
Someone in staff blocked us, and I've had it. Enough is enough. I want to cue up a video that I've been given.
This video is so crazy,
and
guys, so watch.
Before it starts, I'm going to describe.
Like,
this was taken October 30th of 2024.
This is an MQ-9 drone tracking UAP. And they're like, this is suspicious. So they try to shoot it down and nothing happens to it. They see that it directly hits the UAP, but nothing happens.
Or this object off the coast of Yemen. You'll see that another MQ-9 launched a Hellfire missile.
Yep.
That you cannot see that drone. And so I'm not going to explain it to you. You'll see exactly what it does.
This is crazy. Boom. Oh my goodness. Like, and you think it's falling, but no, it's not. They zoom out here and show you it's right.
This is when
there.
it zoomed out.
They find it.
You can still see it traveling.
It's still going. It didn't get knocked down.
So, Mr. Knapp, have you heard about events like this occurring, and what information might you have?
So he's like, have you heard any events like this? And he's like, yeah, all the time. And then I'm like, okay, then why are you hiding this from the public?
I have heard about events like this. I have heard about this event. Jeremy Corbell and I talked about it in one of our episodes a while back. We did not have the video, though. There are servers where there's a whole bank of these kind of videos that Congress has not been allowed to see, that the public hasn't been allowed to see. Occasionally, some of that stuff gets out in the wild and it comes our way. It should be going to you. The public should be seeing this stuff. And why you're not allowed to, I don't know. But that's a Hellfire missile smacking into that UFO and just bounced right off. And it kept going.
It kept going, and it looks like the debris was taken with it.
Yeah. What the hell is that?
So
he's like, what is that? I don't know. Well, you're supposed to tell me. So keep on watching, guys, because there's so many weird things going on that the government is hiding.
Fuck this.
It's a question that's fascinated scientists for centuries. Is there intelligent life beyond planet Earth? The possibility is as bizarre as it is bewildering. Over the years, there have been countless strange and unexplained sightings, including the infamous Roswell incident of 1947.
The Army Air Forces has announced that a flying disc has been found and is now in the possession of the Army.
Conspiracy theorists claimed the US military covered up the discovery of an extraterrestrial spaceship that had crashed in New Mexico. Then there was pilot Kenneth Arnold's flying saucers.
He claimed to have seen from his mountain rescue plane 9 disc-like objects.
A sighting that would forever change the world's view of unidentified flying objects.
I don't understand, though. Now people are starting to see these black boxes flying everywhere. And there's literal proof, footage. They're not CGI, AI, none of that. It's literal pictures and videos. And it makes you wonder, does this have anything to do with what the Bible talks about? Is there spiritual beings that God created that are not human that are living among us? That's what we're trying to find out. Obviously, I would say that. I would say so. So check this out. I was watching Casper Site, and he showed on his show these black boxes here. And these black boxes have been showing up all over the world. And what he says is fascinating. And what is found out is fascinating. And how these black boxes tie into some planet. But first, we're going to go to a guy talking on Joe Rogan here.
Directly at what we call the entry point of the area. So, you know, that box that I told you about in the sky that starts 10 miles off the coast, there's a particular GPS, you know, location and altitude where incoming traffic will fly in, and outbound traffic will fly in the exact same spot, but will fly out 1,000 feet lower. There were 2 aircraft from my squadron, VFA 11, and they flew, took off as a flight of 2. That means they're essentially flying in a formation like this. And as they hit the area, one of these objects went right between the aircraft. The lead air crew saw the object. The Dash 2 aircraft crew did not, which is not surprising because they're usually very focused on flying formation. You're just staring right at that aircraft. The lead really has actual leeway to look around. So he saw it, and, you know, he immediately came back. I have to assume he didn't have it on his radar because he wouldn't have flown through this object at the entrance point. He turned around, flew back, landed, and I was in the ready room when he come back, and, you know, he had all his gear on, which typically is not a good thing because you want to get that stuff off as fast as possible. So usually means, you know, there's a problem of some nature. And, you know, he was just sitting there saying, hey, you know, I almost hit one of those damn things. And we all knew what he was referring to, even though we didn't necessarily have a name for it, just because we were seeing these so much. And he described it, you know, just as a
Right here, he says this is what he saw.
And we all knew what he was referring to, even though we didn't necessarily have a name for it, just because we were seeing these so much. And he described it, you know, just as a black or dark gray cube. And that cube was inside of a clear translucent sphere.
Wow. Okay, so I've been saying it wrong. It's not a box. It's a cube.
Tyler here with Secure Team. Thank you for stopping by once again. Now, on the most recent video we posted up entitled Mind-Boggling Black Portal and Alien Cube over Texas, which we published on June 29th, 2015, has gotten a major response.
2015, man. This was 10 years ago.
And an overwhelmingly positive response with almost 60,000 views in a single day.
That's crazy. It's only now a matter of time that people start believing in the supernatural and these spiritual beings. That's what I think. Like, it's just, we just feel it. We just know that there's something else out there besides ourselves. And that just completely throws away all atheism and matter, the people who believe in just matter and material world, because, guys, we live in such a crazy time, and I think this speaks to the end times, that we're going to start seeing crazy things. The Bible says it will be like as in the days of Noah, and that could be a correlation to the Nephilim, these different types of hybrid creatures coming and being intermingling with other humans. Like, this is what's happening. It's wild and crazy stuff.
As well as reaction from multiple sources who were in El Paso that day, who came to the channel to add their little tidbits of information on their sighting of this object. This is a mass sighting of this giant cube-shaped UFO that was seen in the skies over El Paso, Texas. This cube came through a dark portal in the clouds that was seen and captured on camera by multiple people, came through the portal, and
it came through that bloody thing. I'm sorry, I've got to calm down. It came through.
Yeah, like, I don't get how is it. What portal? Like, what in the world? Now they're going to play a video of the person getting interviewed who took this picture. It's wild stuff.
That you had personally. Can you tell me about the feelings that you had personally when you saw this giant, square-looking UFO coming through the clouds?
Oh my God, it stopped me in my tracks completely. I thought my eyes might have been playing tricks on me, and I thought to myself, I better get a picture of this because no one is going to believe me when I tell them.
They usually don't.
So I zoomed in on it, and I took a picture. I wasn't sure if it was a balloon or what, but later on when I saw it up close and I showed my son, we were both just at a loss for words. And now that I think back, I remember when I first saw this thing moving through the clouds, I said, there's no way this thing is a conventional aircraft or airplane. To be honest, it looked sinister. And I also remember distinctly hearing this, like, magnetic humming sound that I swear...
She said it looks sinister. What could that be? I don't know. Some demonic entities, the demonic forces. Something about the sons of God coming down. So it's wild stuff, guys. We need to be ready and praying that God will direct our steps.
There have been persistent rumors that alien wreckage and remains from Roswell, New Mexico were stored in Hangar 18 at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base, Ohio. In the 1960s, responding to the rumors, then Senator Barry Goldwater asked former Air Force Chief of Staff Curtis LeMay, "What's inside Hangar 18?" According to Goldwater, LeMay said, "Don't ever ask me that question again." But Sightings is asking, what is inside Hangar 18?
There have been a certain percentage of this volume of reports that have been made by credible observers of relatively incredible...
So here's some more footage of black boxes being filmed. Like, sometimes it looks like, this one looks kind of the most, like, realistic. It could be like...
I mean, that could be a balloon of some sort.
Yeah.
It's a bit odd. Now look at this one.
The pilot then points his camera phone out of the cockpit window, and watch this as he zooms in. A metallic-looking object, a polyhedron of some sort, whizzes by in a straight line. We slow it down and zoom in further. You can see it kind of looks like a cube.
It has these kind of little points that stick out. It does seem to be darker in color and not like a bright, shining balloon. Whatever this is, it definitely shouldn't be there.
Now, it's hard to judge this.
So that's, you think that is real? I don't know. Do you guys think that's real? It's so crazy.
It was spotted literally just in the last few days flying over Bangkok.
In Bangkok.
Incredible cube-shaped UFO. You get to see this a bit more zoomed in and in slow motion shortly. This is definitely not a drone. This has literally been captured literally within the last couple of days flying over Bangkok. Now, we've seen many cube-shaped UFOs before. This is really good footage, to be fair, of one.
Okay, so yeah, this is all weird stuff, guys. And with the UAP reports coming out, whistleblowers, whew. And apparently also they've been seeing black boxes like around the sun, because NASA has footage of the sun, you know, really zoomed up, and black boxes are going around. Like, what is going on? Obviously something is hiding. But and then when you do a little bit more research, you realize that there's some weird stuff going on here with Saturn.
Said VIMS scientist Kevin Baines.
Look at that.
A planetary scientist at NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory, Baines emphasized that although...
This is the belly button of Saturn, said VIMS scientist Kevin Baines, a planetary scientist at NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory. Baines emphasized that although it resembles a hurricane, Saturn's north polar vortex is not the same thing, because hurricanes on Earth feed on water and heat from Earth's surface, but it does have at least the structure of a hurricane, what we call the classic vortex. But also, guys, why are there cubes everywhere? That's what I want to know. All over the world there's cubes, and then all of a sudden it resembles this building here. That's crazy. So when you go to that, go to this.
This shape surfaces in rituals and landmarks worldwide. Some claim this shape surfaces...
Go to...
Is that just me? It's probably here, right? Okay, you've got the black cube in the middle, right? But then I saw this. Look at what they're building here.
Wow, that's crazy.
Is that just me? It's probably just me.
So we want to hear the truth. We want truth to be known. The truth will set you free. Should this be causing us to be living in fear and being afraid? No. No, we shouldn't. We should be living our lives as if Jesus is returning, like always, like normal. Like this shouldn't ever affect, nothing should ever affect the way we live and how we live for Jesus. 100%. Like, if we live as if Jesus is returning, man, we should be living crazy lives to bring glory to him and to make Jesus known all of our lives. And this could be a wake-up call. It's crazy.
In 2003 and 2005, 5 UAP incidents occurred at Vandenberg Air Force Base, home to the National Missile Defense Project, a top national security priority. At the time, we were conducting launches deemed by the National Reconnaissance Office as the most important in 25 years. These were historic launches. These facilities were vital, and they were repeatedly visited by UAP. Each incident was witnessed by multiple personnel, documented, investigated, and reported up the chain of command. We sent information up, but we got no guidance down on how to handle these events.
That's wild.
I personally witnessed one of these events and investigated others as they occurred. 6 other service members have provided me with the information that I will share with you today. The incursions began on October 14, 2003, when Boeing contractors reported a massive glowing red square silently hovering over 2 missile defense sites. After several minutes, it drifted further east onto the base and vanished over the hills. This event, now known as the Vandenberg Red Square, was referenced by Representative Luna at the first hearing on this topic.
Sounds like another cube. This is crazy, guys. Like, so much evidence. The stories are always, they're adding up. They're not adding up.
Official Air Force records of this event are in possession by Aero and the FBI. Later that night, while I was on duty, security guards at a critical launch site reported a bright, fast-moving object over the ocean. I responded to the incident. Chaos ensued over the radio as the object approached rapidly. I heard my friends screaming, "It's coming right at us, it's coming right for us, and now it's right here." Moments later, I heard them say that it had shot off and was gone.
Wow.
When I arrived on scene, I talked to 5 shaken witnesses who described a massive triangular craft larger than a football field that hovered silently for about 45 seconds over their entry control point before shooting away at impossible speed.
No. Something the size of a football field? Dang.
About a week later, another patrol reported a light over the ocean behaving erratically. Believing it might be an unannounced aircraft, they declared an emergency, and an armed response force responded. Before the forces could arrive, the object descended and either landed or hovered on our flight line, and then took off again at impossible speed. The witnesses to this event were threatened and intimidated afterward. They were told to keep quiet and think about what they were reporting. After that, things did get quiet until about 2005, when another patrol reported a massive triangular craft larger than a C-130 silently floating over the installation. He watched it for a few minutes. It traveled west and disappeared into the night. And then I had my own encounter, again in 2005. I was off duty, sitting in my backyard with 2 other police officers when we noticed what first appeared to be a satellite in orbit, but it wasn't acting like a satellite. The light was strange, it was pulsing, and then it started to maneuver. It dropped in elevation. At times it would vanish from view and reappear in a different location in the sky, and eventually it reappeared 200 feet over my house. It was a 30-foot diameter sphere of light. My friends and I watched it for a moment, and then it gently accelerated and traveled up and disappeared into the stars. These events profoundly changed my life and the lives of my friends. We stand at a pivotal moment in history. The question is no longer whether these events are real, but whether we have the courage to face them.
Guys, this is either what is happening. People are seeing these things. Either it's the most top secret government facilities testing these crazy, crazy, amazing technology, and where no one knows about it, barely even the government knows, just the highest of the high, or there's something else that is happening much sinister, and the government's trying to hide it. You tell me. But I have a Bible verse that I want to show you guys, because this is wild. Ephesians 6:12 says, "For we are not fighting against flesh and blood enemies, but against rulers and authorities in the unseen world, against mighty powers in the dark world, against evil spirits in the heavenly places." Guys, what if there's just things in the unseen world that we cannot explain, and they're starting to be seen? They're starting to show themselves more and more as the world is coming to an end, as the end times approach. What if it's like that? I don't know. I'd love to know what you guys think, for sure, in the comments below. And like I always say, there's no reason for us to be afraid. There's no reason for us to cower, because God is with us. God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and love and a sound mind. So guys, I encourage you to go to Jesus with all these crazy things happening. Go to him because he loves you so, so much. And he died on the cross. He sent his one and only son, Jesus, to die on the cross for your sins so that you could be saved. So go to him today. Know that he loves you. He's longing to have a relationship with you. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Have an amazing day, and God bless.